Hey everybody, welcome back to Median XL. Just want to go a little bit over jewel crafting in MXL since um, I just uploaded my guide on runewords and how to make them, how to prepare bases for them. Um, and a big part of this is going to be jewels. Jewel crafting is a pretty big part to the end game of Median XL. It's very important. The jewels in your gear are the perfect gems that you can get fairly easily are good, but to really optimize your build and get your character stronger in the end game, you want to have really well rolled jewels in your gear. Um, the kinds of jewels I have in here right now are not very good. Most of this is all gems, as you can see. I have some unique jewels in this one, but in in all my armor pieces, I have percent dex ones because this is a dex stacking build, and 5% dex is a very consistent thing to get that way. But if we get some well rolled jewels, then it's they're going to be even better than those. Um, so we're going to talk a little bit more about this. I'm going to pull you over to um, the wiki again real quick. So we're here at the jewel crafting. There's a couple things here. The big thing you really need to focus on is what you can roll as your base stat for a jewel. Using your jewel crafting catalyst, you can get this here from. Oh, who drops it? I am. Uh, Iswal on Nightmare. That's where you get it. Okay. Yeah, so they have it here. Um, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You want to look for the base stat. Um, in my case, I'm going to be rolling all attributes, but all you have to do is toss it in your cube, and then with nothing else in it, you can just roll. Now, in order to have it roll, you have to have some charges in it. So we can just take our arcane cluster here and get some arcane crystals. You should have been picking up plenty of these as you've been playing. Well, you've been picking up the arcane crystal shards or tiered unique items and turning them into arcane crystal shards. So we have 26 charges on here now. And now we just cube it like this. But the hotkey I'm using right here is C. That's the standard one for everything. To just roll through your cube. So you can see exactly what all the options are. And we'll roll this over to all attributes. We take this now, and we take a jewel, any jewel. You want to go with item level 99 jewels. In previous versions, the item level of the jewel would degrade, but that no longer happens. So you only need to get a couple jewels. I have a few more. That's why you've seen all these jewels I collect in this jewel page, along with some other crafting and amulets and rings and stuff. Um, that's why I always have these on hand, is for doing this. So you'll see it goes from that yellow to an orange, saying it's a crafted item, and you can do this as many times as you want. So in this case, not great. Um, there's some stats that we really, really like, and others that we don't really care about. So we'll scroll through some of these until I get one that I think I like. Getting ones with percent dex plus flat attributes is very, very nice. Hit recovery is also good, but so you can see this here, it rolled on the all attributes, it rolled 3, but then we rolled 10 strength as well, so it split them all up like that. Life regen, um, lightning, min, all attributes, all attributes. That's actually cool. The lightning spell damage does increase our Way of the Griffin single target damage. I don't know if the minimum damage actually does anything. I'm still not sure how flat physical damage works, but that's at least an interesting one. So we'll hold on to that and we'll hop over to a different jewel now. Um, this one ended up being 10 all attributes. That's actually nice. It's also an indestructible. The poison spell damage I don't really care about, but um, block speed attack rating, vitality, fire spell damage. If that was cold spell damage, this would be a really, really good one for my ritualist. And that's another thing you should keep in mind, that you're crafting these for all of your characters, not just your one. So like keep don't just like skip over it because it doesn't have the stats you want for this character. It can be a long process to get all of your jewels. So an extra energy one. It's actually not the worst. I don't know if I'll use that or anything, but I'll hold on to it. We still have 11 charges left. Attack rating, cold spell damage. There's a vitality one. 6 charges left. This is another energy. Nah. Ooh, see, that's nice. The flat attack rating is super good. Percent dexterity, 3 all attributes. This is like a solid jewel. That's like really good actually. I will probably end up using that one. Obviously it's not as good as the 5% dexterity. It's 3% less, but the other stats on it, the cold red is not really that important, obviously, but the 3 flat all attributes and the attack rating make that a really nice jewel. Let's roll this one. 2 more charges. Wow. That's a fantastic one for our Ritualist. Spell focus, cold spell damage, and vitality. That's actually insane. That's cool. We have 1 roll left. Let's roll it on this. Wow. Also pretty decent for the Ritualist there. The 2% vitality, 4 attributes, cast speed. The cast speed is useful for the Ritualist for rebuffing since you have to cast your buff spells so often, so that can help me hit certain breakpoints. But yeah, if you run out of charges and transmute, it'll just roll it as a blue jewel, and you can do that infinitely. These aren't very good, but if you really didn't want to, you'd be better off just spending arcane crystals to get real crafted jewels as opposed to these, because perfect gems are going to just be better than this. But this does retain its it has to be a full arcane crystal. This does retain the item level. Even though it doesn't show it, it does retain the item level. So if I toss this in now, you can see it is still level 99. That's a little less useful, but not terrible. So yeah, that's jewel crafting. It's way more straightforward in 2.2, or in 2.0. Was it 2.1 they made the jewel crafting changes? They were way more straightforward. No need to mess around with runes. You get the Catalyst of Jewel Crafting by just playing the game. You're going to kill Izual on Nightmare and get it because you want the skills anyways. So yeah, that's jewel crafting. Then you socket these into your gear. You can pull them out. You don't need to worry about that. You can always pull out jewels. The only time you have to make sure you have exactly the jewels you want is if you're making a rune word. If you put jewels in at the start of a rune word and finish it with the rune word, because you can use jewels as filler slots for your rune words, then you will not be able to take the jewels out of there. They'll be stuck in there forever because you cannot unsocket a rune word. However, for any like sacred unique pieces or set pieces you have, toss in whatever jewels. They're probably going to be strictly upgrades compared to the gems you're using a lot of the times. So yeah, go for it. But that's going to cover jewel crafting. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, consider subscribing. I'll catch you on the next one.